Make some noise for...
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of The Real Talk with the Queen. This is your one and only Chinita Filipina. Are you ready for a heartwarming topic for today? Prepare some tissue box beside you or prepare some hanky beside you, as today we're gonna talk about a very heartwarming topic. When tears come down like falling rain, you'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. So you've caught your partner cheating, or he or she has come forward and confessed. Now what? Is the relationship over? The answer to these questions depends on whether you want it to be over or not. Trust is shattered, healing is impossible, and walking away is the only choice. Today, we're going to read a letter from one of our senders at Chinita Filipina. Here in Chinita Filipina, we aim to connect, support, and empower global women across the world. This is a place where women can come together, find inspiration, hope, support, and celebrate one another. For privacy purpose, we would like to keep the real names confidential. Hi CF, good evening. I'd first like to start off by saying how much I've enjoyed listening to your podcast and especially your ultimate tips, guidelines, and advices the past couple of days. Over the past 2-3 months, I've started hooking up with these men. Let's call this man Troy. I met Troy very randomly through someone who neither one of us associate with now. Anyways, the first time I met Troy, we talked a bit and were watching TV. Next thing I remember, I had Troy face down and you know the rest. Within that same week, we hook up 2 other times. Now, when we originally first met, we really didn't dig into each other's personal lives like that. However, the more we started to hook up, we gradually opened to each other, or so I thought. Troy did eventually tell me he was seeing a woman and didn't want me to stop anything I had or was doing with anyone, male or female. Gradually, the more we talked, I learned when a good time to text or call him and when I shouldn't do those things. One night after the very good sex that we have, I showered and then he did. While he was in the shower, I took it up upon myself to look into his wallet and I look at his ID. Now, this could not have been but more than a month and a half when I did this. To my surprise, Troy wasn't Troy but was someone else. When he got out the shower, I had already put everything back and acted like nothing happened. In fact, I had him bent over very shortly after he got out of the shower. Now, after that night, I didn't think anything of it. Fast forward a couple of days later, we were talking, and he unexpectedly ended the conversation and wouldn't answer my texts. I just so happened to be up late at night and I took it up upon myself to see who he really was. Now at first I couldn't find anything based on his name or number and it stumped me. However, being the private investigator that I am, I ended up finding a marriage license in the country public records. When I found that, I tracked the wife down on Facebook and subsequently found him. Now her page is semi-private and his is completely private. On hers, because we aren't friends, it only shows old information. From what I've pieced together, they have at least 2-3 kids. 2 days later, he comes over and we do our usual. We did go get food, and for the first time, I let him drive his car. Inside was a bumper sticker for a school that says, "My child attends blah blah blah." He did see me look at it and he acknowledged and said, "Yes, I have a kid that goes there." At this point, I've never told him I know he is married or he has probably more than one kid. Like I said, it's only been about 3 months, but we have both expressed our feelings for each other. We have talked about how this was just to be a fucking buddy type of situation, but we have to come to actually care for each other more than that. But I know his situation about his girl. Only what he believes I know. That he told me he has a girlfriend. And him not being out or really comfortable with his sexuality, so we both have acknowledged that yes, we care for each other, but we can't be together in the capacity that we want to. He still does not know that I know he is legally married, and I don't want or feel the need to tell him in fear or ruining our complicated situation. I can be brutally honest and say I justify my actions, which I do feel morally wrong for sleeping with a married man, by saying that I don't really know his situation. I kind of feel like he could be divorced or separated. The reason I feel like he might be is because he usually stays over at my place until 2 or 3 a.m. and I know no any woman for that matter is that oblivious or okay with her man coming home that late. B, he has spent the night. Or C, I honestly just pushed the thought of my head. I said all of these to say that I feel foolish and wanted your advice on what I should do. Should I tell him I know he is legally married? Should I end things with him? Or should I just ride it out until I move out of the city for my job in 2 months? Sincerely, Lots and Confused. P.S. I apologize that this is so long. I didn't want to miss anything. Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for trusting us and sharing your story with us to be an inspiration to all women out there who had probably in the same situation like yours. And to be honest, I did feel you though. Now, from what I gathered here from your letter, as complicated as you may think your dilemma is, but it's not. In my opinion, you should really be looking for the exit door to this situation and just move on. And something tells me that you already know that. You know what you should do. But let's walk through this. First, let's address the biggest issue in this situation. This guy is married, period. No matter how many late nights you may spend with, and regardless of how many times you may bend him over face first into a pillow, this man is technically not yours to have. I know it hurts, but that's reality. I understand that he keeps coming back to you for more, But from reading your letter, every time he crawls in your bed, it sounds like the more feelings you catch for him. And catching feelings for a man that may never be yours is a dangerous game. A game that will put you on one heck of an emotional roller coaster. You may actually already be on the beginning of the ride, and I understand you all have talk about your feelings and know nothing will come of them. But pretty soon you will want something to come of it and become frustrated when he won't allow it. And that's where the red flag starts on this kind of situation. Now, as you hinted at your letter, there is possibility that this guy is separated or headed for a divorce. However, I doubt that to be the case, because he could have just told you that information instead of lying and saying he has a girlfriend. So either he has a wife who is oblivious of his lifestyle, or he and his wife have some type of arrangement. Believe it or not, I've heard of married couples with a man and woman who happen to be gay and lesbian. So the two get married to have these traditional family and portrait, but behind closed doors, the two have an understanding that they are free to have sex with the same sex partners for their choice. I know it sounds strange, but this is a thing. Not sure if this is this is the type of arrangement Troy has with his wife or not, but I wouldn't be surprised, Either way, it leaves you in a swirl of dishonesty and confusion. Lastly, I have to address your private investigator role, right? I can't say I blame you for doing that one bit, because when a man keeps crawling in your bed and things start not to add up, it's natural to become curious. And it's not like you stalk him, but you simply use the good old tool Google. Oh, almost forgot, and your eyes giving you look in his wallet. Oh my God. Given that you found out Troy is not his real name and he didn't mention a wife and barely talk about his kids, I'd say he never intended on you finding out. Well, I have to give a compliment on that, as I do believe women's instincts don't lie, and sometimes this instinct pushes the button on us women. Which means he never intended to grant you access to all of him. Which in turn means you are stuck in a situation with a man that you continue to develop feelings for, but is not comfortable being honest and open with you. You deserve better. Whoever in this kind of situation at the moment, we deserve better. Do remember that. Now, moving forward on how to overcome it. Well, if I were in your shoes, I would go ahead and try to put all the cards on the table. Let him know that you are aware that he is married and would like to know why he felt the need to keep lying to you for months. This should spark a conversation that you two need to have. Now, if by the end of the conversation you two decide to part ways, honestly, it's for the best. End things regardless, because you're moving away in 2 months anyhow, and you're catching feelings for a regular hookup, which is especially bad here given the guy is married, Anyway, it's just like 2, 3, 6 months with these men. So feelings are, I hope that's, it's not just like that deeper. And as you pack your boxes and bags in preparation for the move, go ahead and think ahead about the dating situation in your new home because maybe that'll work better on you. So come on, girl, move on, okay? So, what had we learned on this story, guys, especially for those who are in the same situation, is that infidelity can kill a relationship or serve as a wake up call. I'd say that if you love your partner and want to stay committed, it's crucial to realize that you get to choose how you feel and react. You can be angry, mean, and vengeful. You can add to the pain and widen the wound. Or you can acknowledge your hurt and approach the problem with the goal of healing. The choice. There's no right or wrong one. It's yours. Please visit our website, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram, as we are offering 60 minutes complimentary counseling, and based on your needs, we're going to match you with our personal or professional coaches. I hope these episodes finds us well. This is Chinita, Philippines.